And good evening, everybody, and welcome here as we get set for chase race number 8 here in the first season of the NNSCRA Almond Joy Series. We're getting ready to go racing under the lights here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, and tell you what, folks, we are getting down to crunch time. After this race, we go to Talladega Superspeedway, and that sets us up for our season finale at Auto Club Speedway to determine the first ever Almond Joy Series champion. The point standings after last week's race have definitely seemed to close up a little bit more. Michigan played its part into the point standings for sure. We now have 3 drivers coming into this race who are separated by only 7 points for the points lead. Matthew Daleo is still the points leader. Benny Watson is now second, 4 points out, and our pole sitter tonight, B Allan, is only 7 points back in third. There are some other drivers that are a ways back that want to have a good run here tonight to get themselves back in the championship picture. You got 4th in the standings, K Jazzin, 25 points back. 5th in points is John Andrews, 32 back. 46 back in 6th is Zachariah Hall. 7th, 48 back is Nick Johnson. Mitchell Carter is 51 back in 8th. Jordan Lopez is 52 back in 9th. 72 back in 10th is Jordan Lopez. James Qualls comes in 105 points out. Connor Breton comes in, Qualls actually comes in 72 points back, I should say. 105 points out is Connor Breton, and 109 points out is J Kurtis. Right now, according to the point standings, DJ and Connor Breton are both out of the championship. Here's the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
That's command to fire him up. James Qualls really needs a good run tonight, almost a win to get himself back mathematically into the hunt for the championship. Pretty much in order to still be in the hunt for the championship leaving tonight, you have to basically be within about 70 points of the points lead. And even after that, it's basically either a win or a top 5 in the next 2 races at Dega and Auto Club, which is no guarantee with the way that those 2 tracks seem to work out. B Allan, though, as we mentioned, 3rd in points, 7 points back. So if B Allan can pick up her 2nd win of the season here tonight at Homestead, that would put her maybe to the points lead, and she may be the one to beat at Dega and Auto Club for the championship. You see Zach Rogers, our winner last week from Michigan. Well, we got trouble back there. Cody Hagan, we'll get to that in just a minute, but Zach Rogers rolling off from 5th after picking up his first win last week at Michigan. And there's the 16 of Cody Hagan down on the apron. I think Hagan was going to start this race from the 39th position anyway, near the rear of the field, and it's like trouble early on for the Lily Diabetes Ford out of Roush Fenway Racing. Here we go, though. Under the lights. What kind of racing are we going to see? We'll find out. Green flag is out. We're underway for 27 laps at Homestead-Miami. B Allan gets a quick start. Jumps out very easily to about a 3-car length advantage. Now the battle is on for 2nd. Mike Becker has the spot. Zach Rogers wants it. Nick Guenther thinking about 3 wide. Now we'll cut to the inside and we'll try and take 3rd place from Becker as Rogers shoots into the 2nd position. But I'm fanning out there 3 wide further back down this front straightaway as Guenther now moves into 3rd. They're going to go 3 wide for 4th. Seth Cole up the inside line, along with J Kurtis putting P Minnick in the middle. So far, so green. And we may have a battle for the lead in just a moment. Zach Rogers has reeled in B Allan, trying to take that top position away. Going to get a nice run here out of 4, it looks like, as he's gotten right to the back bumper of the Reynolds Wrap Chevrolet. And Rogers going to peek to the inside. Has that advantage on the bottom. Got to try and pull alongside here down the straightaway, and he'll have the easy inside line advantage heading into 3. And right there you see in that middle of the corner is where it kicks in on that inside line, and Zach Rogers will go to the point and take the lead over on lap number 4. Seth Cole now moving up into 3rd, passing Nick Guenther. So we got B Allan back here in the 2nd position, having a good run. How about the 2 drivers that she's trying to chase down to take over the points lead? Let's find out where the points leader coming to this race, Matthew Daleo, currently is at. There he is. in the middle line, trying to make some forward progress. Not too far ahead. You can see the 89 Chevy of Benny Watson. Those drivers came in first and second in the points. Right now, though, neither one of them, according to our live standings, are leading the points. Right now, that is B Allan, who is currently atop the standings. Looking back there, and K Jazzin, 3-time winner this season. There's the 7. Jazzin comes into this race 25 points out in 4th place. Needed a good run here tonight to get herself back into the champion, or himself back in the championship picture, I should say. And right now, K not having the best of runs, actually close to the tail end of the field right now. John Andrews had a pretty decent run last week, and there he is. He's actually now up inside the top 10. Last time by, scored in that 7th position, and they are almost 4 wide here. That was Richard Johnson, Nick Guenther, B Allan, and John Andrews. As we got a new race leader, Seth Cole has now taken the race lead from Zach Rogers. Rogers now back to second. We saw B Allan unceremoniously kicked way up to that outside line, and she's dropped back now to around the 7th position. Seth Cole, though, and Zach Rogers checking out for the moment. Got about maybe a 7-8 car length advantage between themselves and the 3rd place car of Nick Guenther. Richard Johnson now side by side with Nick Guenther for that position. So we can see if Cody Hagen's returned to the track, and I think he has. So we got a battle on for the lead. We'll check and see if the 16 is back on the racing surface. I think he is. Zach Rogers trying to get back out in front again. Dives it to the inside line into 3 on the Liberty University Chevy Camaro. And Rogers will clear Seth Cole, so put Rogers back to the front. Zach Rogers trying to pick up his 2nd win in a row. Kind of ironic, he won the race last week against his Richard Childress Racing teammate Jonathan Zoerlein, while Rogers is out in front leading the pack. Zoerlein right now is the last car on the lead lap at the very tail end of the field. There is Cody Hagen. He has returned back to the track, but he is currently scored 1 lap down, is the 16. So we move back up to the front. Zach Rogers not going to shake Seth Cole that easily. Seth Cole going to drive back down to the inside going into 1. And as these two are battling, here comes Richard Johnson into the mix. Johnson may think about making it 3 wide here out of 2. Can't tell if he's still on the left rear of Seth Cole or not. Yes, he is. 3 wide into 3. Johnson, Cole, Rogers. Cole gets a better run through the middle of the corner, but Richard Johnson's going to get a better drive off. Who leads this lap? It's Seth Cole by about half a car length. Richard Johnson, whoa, a little fishtail there by the 93 as he nearly lost it. And look who's up here in the mix now, D Kurtis. Now, remember we said D Kurtis right now mathematically is out of the championship. I'm not so certain, though, if he won the race, if he would be out. He'd still have 2 more races after this to try and do something. So if that 33 can find victory lane, maybe, just maybe, his championship hopes could still be alive. We are almost halfway through this race already. So far, we've had no caution flags. A lot of racing up here at the front, though. We've basically only had 3 cars out in front, though. That would be our pole sitter B Allan, Zach Rogers, and Seth Cole. Meanwhile, battle on for second. B Allan, the pole sitter, fighting her way back up to the inside of Nick Guenther. You see another couple cars up here that haven't gone to victory lane now making their way to the front of the field, like Jeremy Jones in the 19, Ryan George in the 85. John Andrews right there in the mix as well in that 44 car, 5th in the point standings. A couple cars I haven't seen yet make their way up here into the lead group are Benny Watson and Matthew Daleo. However, it looks like they are working on it. If you jump back just a ways, there you see the 89 and there you see the 78. They are almost into the top 10. I believe they are currently scored in 13th and 14th position. And they are beginning to make forward progress up into the top 10 of the running order. So B Allan about to have some company. We're about to possibly have our top 3 in the points who come into this race separated by 7 points, all up inside the top 10 in the running order. We got a battle on for second. Ryan George out to the inside of B Allan. All this battling going on behind the race leader, Seth Cole, who's just out in front logging laps, trying to end this thing as quickly as possible so that way he can find victory lane for the first time this season. Now they get settled out here from second on back. Well, as soon as I say that, B Allan takes a look like she's going to make a move for second again, and indeed she is. B Allan's only win this season ended up coming at Dover International Raceway. As I can hear the engine of Cody Hagen just up ahead, and it looked like they were 4 wide back here for a moment. Boy, they're racing hard. Tyler Markle, Chris Dollerton, Cody Smart, Jonathan Rains, James Qualls back in this, along with Colin Denton. They were 4 wide off of 2 for one split moment. Kept it together, though. And I'll tell you what, it's kind of been a running thing here the last few weeks here in the Almond Joy series, where this thing goes into a long green flag run and slower traffic ends up playing a factor. Will that be the case here, as we are knowing that we've got Cody Hagen up just ahead, 4 wide again for a brief moment through 3 and 4, with Turner, Rogers, Jones, and Ryan George. Kept it together though. Whoa, maybe a little contact there. Richard Johnson getting a little bit into the left rear of Zach Rogers' Chevrolet, but they keep it together as well. There's Hagen coming off of 4. Race leaders have a couple of turns left before they catch Cody Hagen. They also only have 9 laps left to go. And look at this, Benny Watson. Here comes the 89. He's already up to 7th. He's looking for more. Here's the battle for 6th place. Matthew Daleo, on the other hand, still has not yet quite cracked the top 10. He's currently running, I believe, in the 12th position. Connor Breton now up in the mix as well. They're in that 17 car. Another of the drivers that at the moment would be out of the championship picture. But again, much like DJ Kurtis, Connor Breton can win here tonight and maybe win the next 2 races. I mean, there's still a possibility in that case. And they were almost 4 wide again, and now Zach Rogers has cleared all that mayhem behind him. Now has his sights set on Seth Cole and his 2nd straight win of the season. Jeremy Jones now moves into 3rd. Jesse Turner now moving into the 4th position. Now we may have a battle for the lead very shortly. Zach Rogers was able to get around Seth Cole, but Seth Cole then very quickly made the pass back on Zach Rogers. So these two may rekindle that duel. Jesse Turner now looking to the inside of Jeremy Jones. That's for 3rd, and that's going to allow Zach Rogers to reel Seth Cole in. Look at the nice run he got through the middle of 4. And he gets to the inside, heading down the front straightaway. 6 laps to go, and side by side into 1. Zach Rogers in the 2, Seth Cole in the 99. Rogers trying to get the run off the corner. Still side by side amongst these 2. Rogers has not cleared him yet. He may get him into 3 because Rogers has been really good through 3 and 4 in that bottom line. And there you see, he has cleared Seth Cole. Zach Rogers back to the point. Now Seth Cole falls into 2nd, crossover, move again into 1, and I think he may have driven a little too deep. He saw Seth Cole drift up the track there. That's going to lose him some ground on Zach Rogers. Also falls him back into the clutches of Jesse Turner, B Allan, Richard Johnson, and a number of others just inside the top 5. So far this season, we have only had 1 driver in the Almond Joy Series win back-to-back races. That was the beginning of K Jazzin, picking up 3 wins in a row. Zach Rogers trying to become the 2nd driver to do that. Won last week at Michigan. He wants to win here tonight at Homestead-Miami. Seth Cole, Jesse Turner, they're single file. They may be able to make some kind of a move together here into 3. Turner, though, goes to the inside on Seth Cole, and that's going to be the battle for 2nd place. Turner, oh boy, Turner trying to keep himself to the inside, and there you see Cody Hagen up ahead, who could play a huge factor into this race. Seth Cole somehow cleared Jesse Turner on the outside line going into 1, and now it's mano-a-mano, Rogers versus Cole once again, down the back straightaway with about maybe 2.5 laps to go. And Cole to the inside on Rogers. Big run down the back straightaway, uses the momentum, drives it to the inside and to the lead off of 4, 2 laps to go. Seth Cole trying to pick up his first win of the season. Rogers, Brooke Allan, they're looking for their second wins of the season as they were almost 4 wide back there for around the 6th position. Rogers back to the inside line again. This battle will not go away, and Cody Hagen is just up ahead. He could play a huge factor into this battle for the lead, potentially this battle for the win. Rogers on that inside line is going to clear off of turn number 4, I believe. Cody Hagen just up ahead as the white flag displayed. Rogers down to the inside. Seth Cole riding the high side. Rogers going to catch up to Cody Hagen. Will he be able to make the move? Where's Hagen going to block? Is Hagen going to go high? Is he going to go low? He goes high. Rogers going to go low. Seth Cole going to go low. Can Seth Cole make a move here through 3 and 4? Can he get alongside Zach Rogers? He's trying. He's almost there, but Rogers may have the momentum on the high side. Drag race to the line at the stripe. Zach Rogers is going to win his second race in a row, taking the checkered flag here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. 5/100ths of a second is what they're saying it was at the line. Seth Cole trying to use the slower car of Cody Hagen as a pick. It almost worked, but Zach Rogers is going to pick up his second win in a row. How about this for a team that had to have a driver swap midway through the season? Rogers, in only his 13th Almond Joy Series start, picks up his second win of his Almond Joy Series career. Boy, whatever that 2 team is doing, they better keep it up because they have been on fire in the last few weeks. That's only Zach Rogers' third top 5 of the season, second win that he has picked up. Wow. Well, let's see how this all plays out as far as the point standings as well, because that battle that we were talking about with Benny Watson and Matthew Daleo and Brooke Allan, I think it's all going to continue heading to next week. Zach Rogers with the win. Seth Cole gets second. John Andrews, great run for that car there in third place. I don't know if that's going to put him still right into the championship picture. It'll keep him at least on the outskirts of it because of having this good run, but a lot of the drivers he was trying to run down in the standings had good runs tonight as well, including Brooke Allan, who finished in 4th, Benny Watson finishing 10th, and Matthew Daleo finishing 11th. Rest of your top 10 finishers: Jesse Turner gets a great run in 5th, Ryan George in 6th, Connor Breton 7th, Julio Cesar in 8th, Richard Johnson finishing in 9th, and Watson and Daleo 10th and 11th. Now, if I'm to do the calculations in my head, Brooke Allan was the only one of those 3 chasers between herself, Watson, and Daleo who led a lap, so that would say to me she gets an extra bonus point, with it being Benny Watson finishing 1 spot ahead of Matthew Daleo. The way I see it, Matthew Daleo will head into next week's race as the points... Or no, he won't. No. Hold on. Let me look at this real quick. No. According to this, Brooke Allan would head into next week as the points leader by 1 point over Matthew Daleo, and Benny Watson would be 3 points back. Wow. 4 points. If my calculations are correct, 4 points. No, 3 points are going to separate Brooke Allan, Matthew Daleo, and Benny Watson. And we're going to Talladega of all places. Wow, that is going to be very, very interesting. We'll show you the rest of your finishing results here. All the way down, we had 39 cars finish on the lead lap, 1 car lap down, that being Cody Hagen. All 40 cars managed to finish the race, and we ran it clean and green to the end. So with that being said, what do we have in store for tomorrow night's race in the Hershey's Cup Series, where our Elite 8 are battling to be in the Final 4? Your guess is as good as mine, but I can't wait for that. Congratulations to Zach Rogers on his second straight victory of the season here in the Almond Joy Series. If you enjoyed this race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew. Today we've shown you your full finish results. Up next are your overall point standings and your chase points heading into Talladega Superspeedway, where if my calculations are correct, the top 3 in points are separated by only 3 points. That's going to be crazy. Hope you'll join us for that. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best. We'll see you tomorrow night.